Thinking is not dangerous because it produces wrong conclusions. It is dangerous because it withdraws participation. Modern society does not forbid thought explicitly. It makes it impractical. Speed replaces depth. Reaction replaces reflection. Public positioning replaces private inquiry. A person who pauses becomes inefficient. A person who withholds opinion becomes suspect. Thinking slows allegiance. It interrupts the reflex to agree, condemn, amplify. The culture runs on immediacy. Thinking introduces delay. Delay is treated as weakness, or disloyalty, or irrelevance. Most conversations are not exchanges of ideas. They are rituals of belonging. Statements are signals. Opinions are badges. Outrage is proof of membership. To think independently is to step outside the ritual. It removes the badge. This is not punished directly. It is punished socially. Through invisibility. Through exclusion. Through subtle disapproval. The individual senses this early. Belonging becomes tied to conformity of perception. Certain premises are never examined. Productivity is good. Visibility is necessary. Ambition is natural. Consensus is reality. These are not argued. They are absorbed. Thinking threatens these shared fictions, so it becomes inconvenient. Individuation, in the Jungian sense, is not self-expression. It is separation from collective identity. It is the withdrawal of projection. The recognition that inherited values are not personal truths. This process removes borrowed meaning. It dissolves identification with tribe, ideology, role. What remains is less crowded, less affirmed, less mirrored. The collective self is noisy. The individuated self is quiet. In a world organized around display and alignment, quiet feels like absence. The loneliness that follows is not a defect. It is the absence of false resonance. When identification with group narratives dissolves, shared excitement diminishes. Shared outrage loses its charge. Shared ambition appears theatrical. This does not make one superior. It makes one separate. Most relationships are built on mutual reinforcement of private logic. When that reinforcement stops, distance appears. Loneliness is often interpreted as a problem to solve. It is frequently just the cost of non-participation. The culture cannot validate what it cannot categorize. An individuated person is harder to use, harder to predict, harder to recruit, so they become peripheral. Thinking reduces usefulness to the collective drama. Individuation reduces emotional dependency on its rewards. What remains is not heroic. It is simply less entangled. The modern world does not tolerate thinking because thinking destabilizes its agreements. It does not tolerate individuation because individuation withdraws consent. Withdrawal feels like isolation only to the part that still seeks recognition. When that seeking is seen clearly, the loneliness changes texture. It becomes neutral, not tragic, not meaningful. Just the space left when illusion recedes. Nothing has gone wrong. Nothing needs to be repaired. The crowd continues. The individual stands apart. That is all.